Alright, YouTube. So here I got a cr450 and a cr250. Both need some work done. Um, we picked up the cr250 first, and we're working on it. It needed a new piston or new head. The head needed to be sent away to get nickel. Needs a new piston. As you can tell, the bushings are gone. I don't know. Someone's put these poo rims on it. They're poo color for some reason. And I'm not sure if those hubs have done this, or it was due to someone having these bolts here, or the bolts on the sprocket there. Just 8. Look at this. That's not supposed to be like that. That's supposed to be just as thick as either side there. There's not supposed to be a groove there like that. 8 that almost in half. And then the even crazier part. 8 the frame. Almost 8 the frame in half. So we kind of had this one on the back burner for a while. Due to because like the complete back end of the bike's completely screwed and these poo color rims are bent. This was a ice race bike at one point in its life, so it had a rough life. But like the bike itself has had a rough life, but the engine looks okay. It's not horrible. Like the piston, it's wore. Yeah, see, you can see it's wore, but it had something go through it, I do believe. What that was, I don't know. The rings look okay and everything, so I don't know. But the cylinder, it was terrible. Like the nickel was completely eaten away. Like the exhaust bridge cracked on it and everything. So we sent that away to get fixed, and it's back now. But we had it on back burner because we didn't have any rear end parts until now. So now we picked up this crf450. The cr250 is an 03 and the crf is an 07. This one we picked up cheap because it was needing head work. Let's show you this here. Like the piston and cylinder look like brand new. The kid I got it off of claimed it had 10 hours on the bottom end and the piston, but you can't believe what people claim. So yeah, we sent the head away. It's normally like $450 to get rebuilt, fully rebuilt. So that's like including everything, even doing the shims, getting the right shims in there. So all we would have had to do is just bolt the head back on the bike. But due to the times it is right now, all the guy who was going to do the head is having issues getting parts. So he was going to upgrade us to better aftermarket parts, which, if we were going to use this bike, it would be great, but we were just pick this thing up to flip it. We were going to sell it because when we picked it up, these things were going for a pretty good penny, but they've kind of dropped off a little bit. But it's winter time, so yeah, originally it was going to be $450, but he looked at the head, and the head's been previously torn apart and rebuilt several times and done poorly. So he said it was gonna cost regularly like $1,000 to rebuild the head, but he was gonna give us a deal on the aftermarket, like for upgrading the head to all the aftermarket, like the copper seats and all that. But he said he'd do it for $950 because I've been waiting for a little bit already, and I'm gonna opt out because I can make more money off of parting this bike out using the parts I need off of it, and selling the rest of it for almost as much as I could if I were to fix the thing and sell it. But I could get my parts that I need, like the whole rear end. I've done some measurements, and I'm pretty sure literally the whole rear end is the exact same on these bikes. Let's see. Yeah, like even the shock towers are, oh no, they're slightly different, eh? But this is an 07 shock and that's an 03 shock, so it's fairly similar. So the plan is to take the rear end off of this bike and put it on the CR. Also this way too, we can get the parts we need off of this bike and put them on the CR, and then use parts like this bottom end and cylinder and all that, the carburetor and all that stuff to sell and get the funds, use the funds from this bike, the crf450, to finish off getting like a piston and rings and a gasket kit for that thing, and then we'll have a cr250 on the channel. So yeah, that's just what it's gonna be. I'm gonna be doing in the next few days here, is tearing into this bike and this cr250, getting that rear end off and putting this rear end on, putting these rims and tires on. Well, not this tire. This tire's gone. Like, this bike needed more money put into it than the cr250 needs put into it. But you could make, we were almost gonna make a little bit of money off of it. But with the head being like $950 to be fully repaired, we weren't gonna make too much money off of it. So we opted out to use the parts and sell the rest. It would have been kind of fun to ride with cr450 for a while, but cr250 would be way better. Anyways, also, I don't know if you guys wanted me to talk about this bike, but this bike is an XR400, and it's electric start. Someone's put a TRX 400 motor in it at electric start, and yeah,